So, but other things in town are perplexing me. Before we talk about the wrestling, can we just branch off into everyday life for a minute here? Just Brian, just you and me and the nearly countless. I mean, I'm sure there's a number for y'all out there, the Cult of Cornette listeners, the people, but they're nearly countless. You could count them eventually. It'd take a while. But can we just talk about everyday life for a couple minutes and let me? Not only is my life been stressful here, but also the news in Louisville, Kentucky. Just weird things are happening. And it started with me the other day when in the midst of all of, actually yesterday, now that I come to think about it, it seems so long ago. Yesterday, all my troubles came piling down on top of my head like a big bunch of diarrhea from a giraffe. So in the middle of all of this and by the way, to let everybody know again, Stacy's mother's feeling better after her procedure. Stacy's feeling better after her dental surgery. Harley is feeling better after her bad allergy attack that gave the little baby the coughs this past week. Everybody's feeling better except me. I'm kind of constant. I never particularly feel that good or bad either way. But in the middle of all of the natural disasters and the other things that's been happening, I'd told this fellow that runs this handyman operation to have him come over and paint the fence. It's been 5 years. The birds have shit on the fence, and the weed whackers have eaten it up at the bottom, and there's some peelage going on, and I just, fuck it, I wanted to spruce up the front fence. It ain't going to affect my standard of living. At least it wasn't before this latest round of natural catastrophe. I said, paint the fence. I said, I'll get to paint. Because we're using all the same shade of brown around here. Brown, the front fence, the back fence, the house paint, where indeed it is painted brown. It's all the same shade. So it gives us some consistency here. I like consistency. And so since I have not had the chance to, and they're coming this week, allegedly, I just figure I'll go right over here to Sherwin-Williams. You've heard of Sherwin-Williams, right? He covers the world with paint.
He's up here in the Northeast, yes.
Well, he's everywhere.
I don't know where he is. I can just verify he's here.
Well, he gets around. I'm telling you. You see, people all over the world, I'm sure, will recognize, because that is what used to be their slogan when I was a kid. We cover the world with paint. It's a bucket of paints being poured over the fucking world. So Sherwin-Williams, and it's the Sherwin-Williams color in their little color fucking thing that they give out that so I go to the Sherwin-Williams store that's 2 miles over here from my palatial estate that's falling down around my ears, just to buy 5 gallons of fucking paint from Sherwin-Williams. I didn't think that was too much to ask. And not even take a bucket of the paint. And even though, and this is a loophole that will come into play later, the last time that I got something painted around here, the people were painted, they bought the paint at Lowe's. But it's Sherwin-Williams, goddamn, you know, the color, and it has it on the barcode thing on it. So I take the whole bucket. I say, hey, I walk into the store, and here comes Sherwin. Walks up to greet me. Good morning, good morning. I'd like to buy 5 gallons of paint. Right here of this kind. And he looks at it, he said, well, we don't have that kind. I said, well, it's your color. He said, yes. I said, well, we got this from Lowe's, but since it's your color, just give me the same kind of thing. And instead of the Lowe's, what is this, Coke and Pepsi? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm not an experienced paint purchaser, Brian. So I don't really, I'm just asking. I've walked into Sherwin-Williams' store, and I'm talking to Sherwin, and I want some paint in his color, one of his colors.
Well, he's not Sherwin. It's just you're calling anyone who works there.
No, he did. No, he had it right on his goddamn shirt. He had his name on his shirt, Sherwin-Williams. So I'm talking to him. He happened to be in that day. It was actually convenient for me. I could talk to the boss. Anyway, I said, give me 5 gallons of whatever you have that's like that. Well, we don't have anything like that. I said, you're you're Sherwin-Williams. This is your, well, he said, well, see, they got this at Lowe's, and we have a collaborative effort with Lowe's to provide them with these colors. But then basically he tells me that I don't have any paint that good. I only have paint that'll take 2 coats. This is paint where it take 1 coat. This is I told him I want the big, heavy duty, top of the line, outdoor, exterior paint, whatever the fuck. And apparently they don't have the top of the line, outdoor, exterior, whatever the fuck paint. They got paint that's only middle of the line, and you got to paint it twice. And I said to him, I said, but Sherwin, you're Sherwin fucking Williams. You're telling me that Lowe's has better quality paint than you do. And he kind of stood there and humming it. I said, Jesus fucking Christ. So I came back home because Lowe's is too far. But what has the world come to when Sherwin fucking Williams, the best shit they got is middle grade? I ask you.
Who owns it now? Is it the same owners that had it 40 years ago? Or is it some
I assume
that bought it, loaded it with debt, and now they got nothing?
No, he didn't look like that old of a fucking guy. Yeah, I'm sure but the point is,
sure of nothing.
Again, he had Sherwin-Williams on his shirt, so I'm blaming Sherwin-Williams. But if you want paint that you can't see through, apparently you need to go to Lowe's or any place else, I guess, instead of Sherwin-fucking-Williams. Just a word to the wise out there if you're thinking about painting anything. Don't talk to Sherwin.
Was this unique to this one store? They don't carry what you're looking for.
I don't know.
System-wide.
They have a big sign over their goddamn store that's in this little, what do they call it? A mall or strip mall of stores side by side. Well, not a shopping mall.
What do they call those things in town? A mall?
The strip mall.
A strip
the stores
mall?
are you pull in the parking lot and the stores are side by side and there's a whole row of them. There's like 8 or 10 in a row. If that's a shopping center or a strip mall area or a place of business or whatever, they're in one of those stores. They got a big sign over their front door. It says Sherwin-Williams. It lights up in the dark. I'll have you know, I've seen it. And when you walk in, there's all kinds of paint cans and a bunch of fucking colors of shit on the wall that you can pick out from. That to me indicates that they should be open for business with everything they fucking got, or they shouldn't tease us and tantalize us. Joe, no, we just got the rotten shit here. You'll have to go over to fucking Bardstown to get the good shit. What the?
Well, the other thing is they are in business. So does this?
Just barely.
Does this mean that
I was the only one in there when I walked in?
Does this mean that no one is asking for this kind of paint except you?
Apparently, but it's not. I didn't ask for any kind of goddamn paint concocted overseas with a special gold lining and sent here on fucking eagle's wings. I said, give me the best quality that when I bought this paint that I've been using. And when the people painting things bought the paint that I've been using, I said, get the best quality, longest lasting outdoor paint that you'd paint siding or a fucking fence with. And that's what they got. And apparently Sherwin-Williams, this big noted paint fucking guy. I'm just telling you, Sherwin, I'm letting people know about this.
What kind of name is Sherwin?
Yeah. What was his mother had a lisp and she couldn't pronounce Sherman?
That wasn't what I was thinking, but that could be an option. That could be
hello, Sherwin. Maybe she has Mama Cornette. You say she was hair-lipped. Anyway,